Welcome back, folks, and today, boy howdy, do I have the most godless, motherless, degenerate freak story to tell you. First things first, I'm going to warn you, this is going to get into harsh topics, mostly focused around child sexual exploitation. So if that's not your cup of tea, please enjoy the following cat picture and kindly show yourself out. Otherwise, I gotta get this off my chest. So, there is this game developer who made this game, is making this game called Yandere Simulator. A yandere is a Japanese weeb culture thing where a person is so obsessed with their romantic interest they are incapable of letting go. This guy has been making this since 2014, so you could say it's become a bit of a labor of love. In the game, you play as a high school girl who is hunting for senpai, the love of your life, yada, yada, yada. And to do so, you have to kill the competition and not get caught. Yeah, yandere characters often murder the competition to get ahead. It's a stealth dating game. And this guy has been designing this stuff for years, and he's complained about problems with development, such as him getting too many emails.
When you send me a stupid email, you are actively sabotaging the game's development.
Having to treat unpaid volunteers like humans, and consuming the cum chalice.
Other X humbly submit a toast to Nicholas Alexander for successfully managing to pirate Warcraft 3 so that he may play Defense of the Ancients. Congratulations, Nick. Enjoy your Dota.
Or any one of these other myriad there's a lot. There's so much stuff. There's going to be a document at the bottom of every random thing, but this is just one thing. Anyways, more recently, he's been embroiled in something a bit more serious. For years, there's been this character, Sisefs, who has been haunting Dev. The story goes that in 2009, when Yandere Dev was 21, he sexually exploited a child, now known as Sisefs. Sisefs, at the time, was alleged to be 14 years old, and this did make quite a stir when it first blew up, but ultimately seems to have gone literally nowhere. But the reason we're just bringing this up is because it seems that it's happening again. So, on September 24th, Ali MCC released a video titled The New Allegations Against Yandere Dev. This was in response to a TikTok where several of Dev and Jane being the new victim, their conversations were leaked. Ali MCC is a YouTuber who seems to have some history with Yandere Dev, as she's made several videos about the guy and honestly has a really in-depth catalog on Dev's misgivings. But anyways, the story goes like this. Jane reached out to Dev when she was 9, and 7 years later in 2023, after seeing a TikTok, reached out again, and then, this stuff happened.
What if I told you I'm only interested in girls with double D breasts? Anything less than that is just not attractive.
Well, I mean, like, that's your preference, but do you understand how couch sizes work?
No. Big as a girl's head. I want them big as a girl's head.
I have what are considered, these are A cups, isn't that crazy?
Because you're so skinny?
Yep.
So it's like the ratio of the bust compared to, you're very skinny and that's kind of hot. Mother Nature sexualizes minors. Puberty starts to give breasts and wide hips to children before they turn 18. It's not like, a person does it to a child. The child's own body does it to themselves.
I also want to make a really quick statement about if a minor or anybody comes to you with any information about misappropriate deeds happening to them by anyone, just tell them to go to the police. Pretty simple. Help them find a cop. There's numbers. I'll put them on here. Okay. This video lingered for a few months on Allie's channel, and eventually Jane decided to put out a statement because she talked to the Yandere Dev. Anyways, rather than making a twit longer, Jane released images of documents on Twitter, where Jane decides to explain how she met him during the sophomore year of high school and how they talked until she made things spicy. They just moved it to Snapchat. And then after he said some weird things, Jane reached out to Alex and eventually decided Alex shouldn't release a video on this. She did. And Jane's statement goes on to claim she was manipulated by Allie far more than Alex's jokes, and ends the entire thing with this: "My relationship to him is unique to me, and sending me your examples of him being a bad person is honestly just annoying and stupid. Dev was mean to me once. Every person in my DM is trying to make me feel better. No one understands the situation other than Alex and me. You're all delusional if you think any of your experiences compare to a close friendship with the creator of Yandere Sim. DM me with questions." If I didn't mention this before, she's 16. She's 16. Why do I know any of this? I was working on a video about fireworks. It was gonna be fun. Why do I know any of this? Anyways, on New Year's Day, Dev decided to do the first YouTuber apology of 2023. Yandere Dev put out a short video addressing the situation, as well as talking about how he has good mental health now because he went outside and he has friends, and then also was effectively groomed by the girl.
Usually when a fan tries to talk with me, I just tell them that I'm too busy. But this person seemed really nice and friendly and funny, so I decided, you know what, sure, let's talk. She let me know right off the bat that she was 16, but I didn't see any problem with that. When I was 16, I had online friends that were in their 20s and 30s, so it just didn't feel weird to me. In the beginning, our conversations were normal, but she had a kind of adult sense of humor, and every now and then she would bring up a topic or ask a question that wasn't really appropriate. When this would happen, I wasn't entirely comfortable with it, but I rationalized to myself that it was no big deal and just kept talking with her. Eventually, I must have said something that sounded like a red flag to her, because at some point, she started to record our conversations just in case I turned out to be some kind of predator.
Now, I personally think sexualizing minors is kind of bad. I'm really hoping you agree. Like, really, really. No. Stop. Really, really. Sexualizing minors is bad. Anyways, I looked at the comment section on the YouTube and I realized I have to make this statement because I actually don't know if people think it's bad. Yeah, here's some of the best comments. Yandere Dev took accountability faster than every YouTube apology video ever. I appreciate you not only addressing the most recent allegation, but previous ones as well. I wish you the best of luck in this journey to better yourself. I personally forgive you and hope you have a great start to your 2024. Smiley face with an extra smile. One thing haters can't swallow is that people can change, as well as prove not to be the person they claim them to be. Wow, I can see in those 3 months you took for yourself, you've improved a lot as a person. And this was I think, the best apology video I've seen. I mean, I don't usually see many. The last one was Colin Ballinger's, so it's not like this video could be much worse than that. And, of course, the victim, Jane, decided to go on Lurix's stream a day after this video came out from Yandere Dev, and decided to explain some kind of sussy stuff, like her still talking to Yandere Dev.
Well, I mean, you just say honestly what's happening, right? Because wouldn't that give you the most credibility here? If so people like take you seriously? Because you made a statement about this. You want people to trust your word, right? So
yeah, okay. So I'm still in contact with Dev because YouTubers keep making videos, and it's good to like see what they're up to because sometimes they are very dishonest and they're only trying to make a story, not actually find out what's going on. So people will DM us with very mean stuff about the other person, hoping to get us to agree, and like say bad stuff and badmouth each other. But Yeah, that's why we're in contact, because people are trying to be really sneaky.
So,
And this, of course, made me double take and look at the video all over again, because he literally gave her feedback on the initial Twitter post that she made. Anyways, this was the worst thing that I found out about today. But yeah, if you like weird content, sub to the YouTube or check me out on Twitch, where we find these horrible things pretty regularly. And yep, it'd be cool. Anyways, bonus section. Okay, so wait, I was re-going over some stuff, and I realized that at the end of the video, Yandere Dev decided to address major allegations, not the other child sex relationship things. And he addressed what is known as the sex license scandal, in his own words.
With that said, there is one false accusation that I think is relevant enough to address now rather than later. There are a lot of people who are under the impression that I advocate for abolishing the age of consent and replacing it with a sex license. No, that is not true. 10 years ago, in 2014, I had a debate with someone about whether or not age should be the sole determining factor in deciding whether or not to judge someone as an adult. I argued that just because someone has blown out an arbitrary number of candles on their birthday cake, that doesn't necessarily guarantee that they are competent enough to make certain life-changing decisions. If you want to drive a car, you have to pass a driving exam and earn a driver's license. So I thought, what if it worked the same way with becoming an adult?
Now, mind you, the conversation went literally exactly like this. Regrettably, these concepts were simply too complex for poor N to grasp. Intent on forcing me to answer a question that would allow her to brand me as a pedophile, she demanded to know if I would permit a 14-year-old to have sex with a grown man if the 14-year-old had passed the sex license test that I had proposed. Well, obviously, if there's a test that objectively proves that a person is ready for sex, and a person passed that test, then that person is objectively ready for sex. This is simple logic, but N lacked the mental capacity to figure this out for herself. Just like most 14-year-olds lack the mental capacity to engage with sex healthily with adults, and but it's just adult stuff, right? What a degenerate fucking freak.